So I had to find a way. There's no way I could work, sit online in front of my computer doing the work, and go to barbering school. I've never told this to anybody online. I might get in trouble for it, but I'll just say it. I hired somebody. So that he could take care.
Wait, you hired somebody to... What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Juan, also known as The Christian Barber, and we are here for episode 5 of Barber's Testimonies, and we have my boy Ellie Cuts in the building. What's up, Ellie?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, thank God.
Oh, by the way, Ellie's Don's brother. Don was on episode 4. If you guys look at the... somewhere here, I'm going to put the link. But I wanted to bring Ellie on because Don was on the channel on the last episode, which was in July. I don't know if you guys can see I lost a lot of weight. I look different. But the reason why I thought about you was because Don was on the channel. And then, you know, one of the questions on the video is, how was your upbringing, right? And being the fact that Don was on, like I said, I wanted to hear like your side of the story. Like I wanted to see, you know, like you're the older one. So I would say let the people know, if you want to let them know your full name and where were you born.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. My name is Elior, also known as Ellie Cuts.
Ellie Cuts.
Ellie Cuts.
But Ellie dot Cuts, no?
Ellie dot Cuts. People pronounce it Eli here in America, but I'm known as Ellie Cuts. I'm 20 years old. I was born in Central Asia, but my background is Middle Eastern. I'm Persian. I moved to America with my parents when I was 9 years old, so I've been here for more than half of my life.
You came, Uzbekistan, right?
I came from Uzbekistan. Yeah, okay. I came from Uzbekistan.
How old are you when you came from Uzbekistan?
I was 9 years old.
So how, do you remember
coming?
Your 9 years? No. Your 9 years before coming.
Yes, I do. It was different, man. It's a whole different life.
Okay.
Whole different life, and the community is so small, especially the Persian community over there, because we make up like a minority of the country. But it was different, especially coming here. You know, I still remember landing in New York, JFK. Mm-hmm. We have like so many bags. It was my dad, my mom, Don.
When you guys moved here, that move was to be like, we're moving, we're not coming back.
The purpose of us coming here was to get like me and my brother education. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we came here. I remember us in the airport. I was mad nervous. I'm like, I don't know what to expect. So many ambulances, cops, just everywhere. I'm like, yo, this feels like it's in the movies. You know, I'm not used to seeing this. But yeah, we came here. We went through getting used to it, getting bullied in school, learning the language, not knowing anybody here, not knowing where to go. But thank God we're here after 11 years.
Did you guys have anybody when you came?
We came straight to my mom's friend's house.
Okay, so you had somebody at least.
So it was literally me, my dad, my mom, my brother, 4 people living in one tiny room, right? Like there's like 4 people just sleeping on the floor, no bed. Then it's like, what's next? Where do we get a job? Me and my brother are young at that time. Keep in mind, I'm 9, he's 8. My mom starts working, my dad starts working, but we end up getting scammed. We didn't have any income tax to show that we make money. Mm-hmm. And it was like 2 months after we landed in New York that we tried to get our own apartment to rent it. So we get kicked out from that. Then we go to my dad's relative's house. We went through so many headaches over there. It came to the point where me and Don would have to sit outside at a park for 12 hours straight. Because the lady that we were living with told my mom, you can't have your kids over here when I'm gone. When I'm working, they cannot be unattended. So 2 kids, don't know the language, don't know anybody, just playing at the park 12 hours straight. My mom works, her lunch break, she brings us food, goes back to work. And yeah, years went by. My parents got divorced when I was in 6th or 7th grade. Then I had my mom. Single mom, not knowing the language, not having nobody, no relatives, no uncle, no sister, nobody. Just working her butt off, trying to provide for these 2 kids. And me being the older son, it's like, I feel like I'm like a lot close to my mom, you know? She's like my backbone. And seeing her just work. It was always my kids. It was never her. I used to see her putting on like plastic bag over her socks because her feet used to get wet because the boots used to...
Yeah.
Or her working 12-hour shifts or overnight shifts. Coming home, cooking, you know, taking care of everything.
What did she do?
Home attender.
She's always been a home attender.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know. And years went by. I'm 14. I'm excited because I heard, yo, you could get your working papers. The day I turned 14, I went to my high school office. I'm like, hey, I want to apply. Like, yo, let me just get my working papers. I start talking to people, and they're like, yeah, you're 14. You could get the working papers, but you're not going to be able to work like that. You know,
Yeah.
not everybody wants to hire a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fine, whatever. Next step, open up Google Maps. Nearest businesses next to me. I start calling, hey, I was just wondering if you guys have any open positions. How old are you? 14. Boop. Then eventually I called one of the bagel shops near my house, and the dude answered. He goes, yeah, come in. He's like, hey, you know, you could do deliveries here, no problem. I don't have a bike. I don't have a car. How am I gonna do a delivery? I don't have money. I was ready for anything just so I could help my mom out. You know, 14 years old, this young kid trying to figure life out. Working $4 an hour. It was $4 an
Yeah,
hour.
back in the day. One of my first jobs back in the day was at a newsstand. I forgot how old. I think I was 15 years old, and I think it was like $4.50 an hour or something.
But you
But
see, that was back then.
Yeah.
Now imagine, like, this was, bro, a couple of years ago, working minimum wage
That's
was probably
true,
like
bro.
$12.
Yeah.
But he was charging me four.
Oh
he was
yeah,
paying
no,
me
not to think
$4.
about it. That's crazy. It is. That was a few
$4
years
an
ago.
hour, yeah.
I'm talking about when I was 15, man. You know, that was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
man. And I had to do what I had to do. Then I got into the restaurant industry. I was working as a busboy.
Okay.
12-hour shift, probably was getting like $60. But I remember that exact moment where my mom got sick. She couldn't work. I was like, yeah, mom, I'll go work. She's like, no, focus on school. I didn't bring you here to work to pay the bills. I
Yeah.
brought you here so you could get education, you could become somebody. But deep inside, I knew that I can't just sit and be like, hey, okay, mom, go work. I couldn't let that happen. Bills got to get paid. And my brother is young. I had to do what I had to do. So I remember getting my first paycheck, just giving it to my mom. Here, mom. I know
Wow.
it's not a lot, but I worked my ass off just so, you know, I could help you with something.
Yeah.
And it went on from there. I worked in mailing services. I worked in big catering halls. And here I am. I'm a barber now.
You're a hustler.
I'm a hustler.
So now we're going to talk about how did you become a barber? Like where, because I remember in Don's interview, Don mentioned something about a friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did, but it was you who started the
Yeah.
barbering. It wasn't Don. So how did that
Yes.
happen?
So I was working in the catering industry, but it was just not something that I enjoyed. I even told the owner, I'm like, hey man, his name was Raf. I was like, hey Raf, I love you, bro. You did a lot for me, you know, but I don't see myself working here. I feel like I could do something better. I used to work until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And I thought, I'm like, okay, right now, this was during COVID. Everything was online. I was attending college online and I was working at catering. So it was no biggie. But then the following semester, everything will be in person. That would mean I can't work until 2, 3 a.m. So I had to come up with something that would give me the ability to work and do school at the same time. So I woke up one day and I was like, I gotta find something. But then barbering came to my mind. Because I remember every time I used to go get haircuts, I used to talk to my barber about those things. I'm like, hey, how's it like being a barber?
Yeah.
I see he's working at his own time. He's getting cash. He's getting, you know, he's making his money. He has a nice car. I remembered something he told me. He said, you're not gonna regret it. You're gonna meet so many people. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna make good money. So the first thing that I did, I called up my friend that was attending the school at that time. So I said, yo, I wanna go. How much is it? He told me the price. So I went in person that same exact day. And I told him, hey, I wanna sign up. They gave me this price, but it was like $5,000, $6,000. And I did an option where I could pay weekly. So then now I have college going on, I have work, and I have barbering school. So I have 3 things that I gotta juggle around. I've never told this to anybody online. I might get in trouble for it, but I'll just say it. So I had to find a way. There's no way I could work, sit online in front of my computer doing the work, and go to barbering school. What I did was I hired somebody. I hired somebody so that he could take care of my schoolwork, because I can't drop out of school. Like I said, my mom, she's big on that, right? Just to even make her happy, I had to do what I had to do, because I knew what I was learning in that class would not benefit me at all. Why do I need to know about cells? Why do I need to know about random things, you know, that will not benefit me, or y equals mx plus b? So I hired somebody. You'll take everything. I'm gonna give you 4 classes. Take it all.
Wait, you hired somebody to do your school, not the
To
barbering.
no, not barbering school, college work. So now I looked at it like I'm buying time. I get to focus on this new skill that I want to learn. I get to work, and I don't have to worry about school. That's being done. That's being taken care of. So I paid him. Then I was working at the restaurant to pay for my barbering school. But in the process, I was taking pictures, right? My first ever haircut, February 2nd, 2022. But before I cut somebody, for one day, they're like, you're gonna work with like a mannequin. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I wanna cut. But when I picked up my first pair of clippers, it was just that something in my chest that said, I have a good feeling about this. I had my classmates around me and I looked around. I'm like, I really got a good feeling about this. I don't know what it is, but I'm so excited. So I cut the hair, the first dude, then I take a picture. And I keep doing that again and again and again. But then there was this Turkish dude that was also attending the school. He saw I was just like, I had a little ring light too. I had everything in there. He was like, yo, why are you not posting your work? And I said, I want to get better. I want to get better first. I don't think I'm good enough yet. He goes, listen to me, bro. If you're going to wait till you're going to get better to post, you're never going to post. You start right now, I promise you're not going to regret it. This dude worked...
Wait, you say he's a Turkish dude works there, or he was attending the school?
He was attending the school.
Okay.
Right? He came from UK, but before that, he used to work with celebrities, right? He used to work with them in like the party industry or whatnot in a different country. And he came, he's like, yo, listen, when I see somebody with potential, I know it. And I haven't been wrong this whole time. He goes, I pointed out so many artists that I called out before they even got famous because I saw the potential. He said, I'm telling you right now, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I see the potential in you. You better start posting right now. He goes, I'm gonna sit on your chair right now. You're going to do the haircut and this is going to be your first post. If you go to my Instagram, you scroll down to the first ever video, that's that dude. It's my second week into school. I'm cutting hair. I'm like, 2 weeks. I've been a barber for 2 weeks. What are your thoughts, right? My friends started following me. That motivated me, that dopamine drive. Like you're getting likes, ding, ding, ding. Then I had to think, okay, what can I do to get better at this? I need more clients. And the best haircut that you could give in a barber school is skin fade. But I didn't look at it like that. A lot of the kids were like, oh, you're a kid? It's a kid's hair? I'm not going to cut it. Oh, it's an old person's hair? I'm not going to cut it. Regular haircuts, they wouldn't do it. Only skin fades. But then I looked at it like, I'll use that towards my own advantage. You need a haircut? Number 2 on the side? Come through. I got you. Now what I'm doing, I'm learning all types of hairstyles, hair textures. I'm learning how to communicate with people. I had some background knowledge of communicating through a catering industry. I'm building my relationship with these people that I have no idea who they are. And an idea popped up in my head and I said, free haircuts. The barbering school would charge $5 if you want a haircut. You go in there, you pay $5, and they put you with one of the students. So I said, okay, I want to pay for your haircut. Don't worry about the $5. Free haircut on me. All you have to do is just share my post on your Instagram. I'll give you the free cut. So what I would do, I would go up to the register. Here's 555 for 5 people. Anybody that walks in, that I will let you know who they are. Just bring them in. So I posted that. My friends started coming. Free cut, say less. I built my clientele, right? And I started posting, and a barbershop reached out to me.
Was that Corona Barbershop?
No, it wasn't. It was somebody else. He actually came into the school. He was trying to look for a barber to work with him. He worked all the way up in Westchester.
You started working for him?
I worked for him for 1 week.
Okay.
1 week. I went there, but I found out it was not for me. And thanks to my brother, that's the reason why I stopped working with him, because this dude wanted to do a contract. I'll teach you how to cut hair. Right? You're going to make good money, but I need you to work with me for at least 4 years. In my head, I'm like, yo, this is an opportunity. I still haven't graduated from school. But then I went home. I spoke with my brother. I'm like, hey, Don, this and that. He goes, nah, bro. He goes, don't do that. Why are you doing that? Why would you do that to yourself? And on top, that's not the barbershop that you belong in. It's one of those barbershops you pay $20, 5 minutes in and out. I was cutting hair. This dude in Russian, he used to be like, faster. Come on, bro. Quick. Get him out the chair. So I'm like, nah, you know what? That's not it. So right when I'm about to leave, I already told the dude, I'm like, hey, bro, no hard feelings, but this is not for me. Like I thank you for the opportunity, but I think like this barbershop is not my place. Then Corona Barbershop hits me up.
But how they hit you up? Like, where did they find you?
Funny story, because when I was in barber school, the owners, Dio and Lucho of that barbershop, they came into that school for I don't know what. But as they were leaving, they were giving out business cards. And on their business card, it was the lineup.
Okay.
where they would repost Barber's work. So then I looked at it like, I went to their page. I saw they were reposting other people's work. What did I do? I started tagging them. They started reposting my work, and I wanted to do anything just so I could gain attraction. I wanted people to know I'm a barber. Come get your cuts by me, especially the people in the neighborhood. Why? Because not for the attention, but because I was hungry to get better at what I was doing. It was wake up early in the morning, go to the gym, come home, shower, eat, go to barbering school, come home, watch YouTube videos on how to cut hair, go to sleep and repeat. And it even came to the point before I move on to my second barbershop. While I was in the barbershop, it was from it was 2 sessions. Session A, session B. First session's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The other one's from 1 p.m. to 6, 7 p.m. What I would do, I would just go work from the whole morning till night. Session A and B. I don't care. I'd rather be there so I cut more heads. And also, you were not allowed to cut hair unless the instructor is around you. After the hours, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., they close the store, the barbering school. That's it. You can't cut nobody. But the cosmetology, which was in the back part of the school, they were still chilling there. You know, they used to be there. So there were times where they would close the front gate, but I had friends that wanted to get a haircut, but I couldn't cut their hair because the instructor was not there. Then it came to my head. I'm like, hold up. I could bring them in from the back. So after the school hours were over, I used to go chill with the cosmetology side for a bit, act like I'm just chilling there. Then I would text my boys, hey bro, okay, 5 minutes, you're gonna come from the back, I'll open the door. So I was doing anything just so I could just cut it.
You and Don gonna get your license revoked. Don was doing
Too late,
haircuts.
I already got it.
He was doing haircuts for like $100 a pop, and
I was charging people for cuts too at that point. So, bro, once I started paying for the cuts, it was like, I'll pay you the $5. You're the school owner. I'll pay you the $5. Then Don comes in, for example. He's a client, and he comes in. I charge him $20, but then I pay you the $5 that he's supposed to pay you. So now I have $15 in my pocket.
You guys
I was making money. I had to
hustling,
do it.
hustling.
Yeah,
You're hustling. You know.
Yeah.
End of the day, you gotta make the money, right?
For sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And it was not only for the money. It was just seeing myself like taking steps.
Yeah.
You know, like the growth, the process is what kept driving me because I was taking pictures of every single haircut. I was seeing the progress. That motivated me. I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I know I'm getting just a little bit better every day, and it's gonna add up. It's like laying a brick every single day. You lay 1 brick, 2 bricks, 3, and eventually you step back and look at it. You're like, wow, you know, I've built something.
What do they say? 1% better every day.
1% better every day. When I wake up, that's the first thing I look at. Don't look to be 100% better, 10% better. No, just 1% better. Just be consistent with it, and it's gonna add up. So my hunger for this game led me in my second barbershop. They texted me. They said, hey, we see you're posting. We like your work. We have a chair for you. Would you like to come by? I had a meeting with the owner. He said, hey, this and that. My clients from the school also followed me there. Now I went from charging $20, I was charging $30. And from there I built on. I started attending the events.
Talk about events. How many CT Barber Expos have you been to so far?
CT, one.
One
CT Expo. I've been to Miami.
I want to hear your thoughts on the CT Barber Expo.
So I went there. I'm like, damn, this is dope.
It's big.
It's dope. You know, and it opens your eyes. There's so much to the industry. You never want to be behind the chair cutting hair all day. You could be doing something way bigger than that. I went in there. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. You know, there's all the machine brands, like all these people, big people are just walking around.
Do you recommend people go?
100%. If you're in this field, ask yourself, why am I doing it? Right? First, ask, why am I doing it? Some people do it for the money. Some people do it because they enjoy it. Some do it just because they don't have anything else to do. My why was because I want to be great at what I'm doing. For me to be great at what I'm doing, I can't just be behind the chair cutting hair all day. Yes, that's going to build my clientele, but I'm aiming for something way greater than that. For me to do that, I got to go see what's out there. CT Expo gave me the opportunity to see that. You see people competing. And you start talking to people. How long you been cutting for? 10 years, 15 years. I'm like, damn, I just started cutting hair, but you've been cutting for that long. But look at you now. You're doing something great. You're winning awards. You're getting sponsorships. You have your own booth. You had your own booth. Things like that. It gave me motivation. So I really recommend.
This year we went to Las Vegas.
Yes,
We
sir.
went to the Las Vegas Barber Expo. What are your thoughts on that one?
Fire.
Compare like let's say CT Barber Expo, LV Barber Expo. Which one did you enjoy more?
Bro, I'll be honest with you. I enjoy all of them. Why? Because I'm learning different things every time I go. I went to CT Expo. I was a different barber when I went there. I came back. I learned something new. Then I went to Miami. I was a different barber there. I grabbed something new from there. Then I went to Vegas. I was a different barber. Now the next event that I'll go to, I'll be a different version. So all of them are valuable to me just the same, right? Although the size of the area might not be as big. For example, when we went to CT, it's way bigger than the Las Vegas. But I learned something different in Vegas than I did in CT, and vice versa.
What are some goals you have for the future? Looking to open up your own shop. You're looking. Don
You're
wants to open
talking
up an
about
academy.
like barbering, barbering, like
Yeah, like barber goal. Well, so I want to touch because I remember before we spoke, you were trying. Are you still trying to do the dentistry stuff? Or no?
no. It's funny that you brought it up. No, so I go in person. Remember, I said I was gonna start in person.
Mhm.
I go in person. I start taking these classes. Then I start taking these science courses that I needed to take in order to go to dental school, right? In the beginning, I was like, yeah, I want to become a dentist. Why? Because they make good money. They have a good reputation. A doctor, me telling my mom I want to be a doctor, hell yeah, go for it. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. But I found out that it's not my thing, you know? I did more research on it. I would sit in that classroom and I would question my life. I'm like, why am I here? So my first semester I was a bio. Right there and then I switched over to psych. Psych was something that I have interest in. I like to study human behavior, their thoughts, their actions, why they act a certain way, things like that. I did more research on it because I was burning out. You know, I was burnt out because like school, those science courses are not easy, especially if you don't want to do it. If you don't have a motivation to do it, you're not gonna want to do it. So I decided it's not for me. Going to dental school for 4 years, paying $600,000, or not necessarily paying, but taking a loan out, then working your ass off to pay that loan with interest. Then if you want to start a family up, that's more money. You want to get a car, that's more money. You want to get a mortgage, that's more money. That was like a trap for me. So I switched my focus over to industrial and organizational psychology. What that is basically study of human behavior within work environments. So if you have a business, I could go and tell you, and I'll analyze things and tell you, hey, your workers are leaving, your employees are leaving because of this and that. You could hire better employees by doing this and that. And also, my minor is finance, right? So if I ever decide to use my degree, that's something that I enjoy doing.
Okay.
So no more dentistry.
3 goals you have for your barbering future.
Barbering future. I want to open up a barbershop.
In New
And
York?
not just a regular barbershop, yeah.
Okay.
The standard for the barbering industry is very low, right? Me looking around, a lot of people complain they don't do something to fix that issue. And I'm not hating on any barbershops or anything like that, but because I have the passion for it, that's gonna give me the upper hand to be the best in the field, right? The goal is to open up a barbershop and stand out in the barbering industry. If I open up a barbershop in Queens, I want to stand out in Queens. The goal is to spread it, not opening up the shop, but the name, the brand, to spread it throughout New York. What that's gonna do, that's gonna fund me, and that's gonna fund the next goal, which is barbering school. I want to educate people because just like the standards in the barbering field is low, the standards in the barbering education field is also low, because when I was in school, I didn't learn anything from the teachers. It was, like I said, YouTube and practice. They didn't teach me the business side of it. They didn't teach me the psychological side of it. They didn't teach me client retention. Many things, right? And the money that I'll get from the barbershop will be funded into barbering school, where I could educate students that are looking into being the best at what they do. I don't want to open up a barbershop and someone just can come in and do it. No, I want it to be official. In the process of doing that, I want to create content for the people to see. I want to share my experience and I want to be myself, because there's a lot of fakeness. People show you their end results, but they don't share their process. And they're not going to keep it real with you. They're not going to tell you, hey, I started over here. Look, I'm documenting everything, right? Yeah. So the goal is for me to document my journey and show people, hey, look, I planned things out. I followed it. I put my mind to it. And here I am. So in the process of working at a barbershop to opening up a barbershop to opening up a barbering school, I want to document everything. And eventually I want that to be a big brand. So that's my, not end goal, but that's some of my top goals, right? But doing all that with my brother.
Period, done data, ain't nobody hotter.
Done data, ain't nobody hotter. My brother, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for him. Why? Because he motivates me, man. I'm harsh on him because I love him and I care. And I don't see myself doing all this by myself. It's always me and my brother. Because I know Don and he's passionate about what he does. He tries to get better, right? But I'm here to push him and grow with him. I might know something that he doesn't. And he might know something that I don't. I have the upper hand in having a brother that loves what he does. And we love what we do, which is cutting hair and building a brand and business. That gives me upper hand. So me building that with him will be an experience to remember forever. And it's going to be way better, right? So
two's always better than one.
Two's always better than one.
What are 3 top YouTubers you can recommend to people that are looking to learn to cut hair?
YouTubers? I don't know about YouTubers, but I could give you 3 people that you could buy courses from. Barber, Josh OP. Josh OP. If you want to learn the fundamentals, and not just the regular fundamentals, but if you really want to learn the details of why you're cutting your hair a certain way, why you're angling your scissors at a certain way. I love to work with my shears, and I work to get better at it every single day. And Josh's course, it's not a sponsor, but I'm just being honest. You invest into that, you're going to learn something from it. That's the only person that I can say that I actually learned from so far.
You met him in Vegas, right?
Yeah. I met him.
So I didn't know nothing about Josh OP, right? Mm-hmm. I watch other people, but I didn't know about Josh OP until Vegas because you guys were like, oh, Josh OP. I'm like, who's that? But then after you mentioned it, like I've seen some of his videos and you give me Josh OP vibes. When I see you working in the shop, just so you guys know we work together in the shop. Yep. Like when you cut hair, like that, those are the vibes I get from you. That's why the other day I'm like, yo, we should try to do some like videos or something because you got the little technique. I see you and you cut a way that is like, I want to learn how to do that. Like I want to, because I've been in the game, 20 plus years, 23 years. Damn. And my scissor game is, compared to you guys, trash. I'm like a rookie. Say that. No. I'm telling you, you guys got the angles down packed. You don't know this and all that. Yeah. And I'm just like, what the heck, man?
It's math.
It is like a math. It's math. Bugged up.
It's math. I mean, hey, you look into that, bro. I'm telling you. And
I'm a lazy barber. That's the thing. I always look because I watch I think it's regional gentleman or something like that on YouTube. I forget. Okay. And he does all this extra parting stuff, and I see all that, and to me, honestly, looks like work.
It is work, but that's art. Think
I'm
about
lazy,
it. The way I look at it like this, right? A person comes in, they want a haircut. As a barber, it is my job to get a little background from them, right? Yeah. You ask them, hey, bro, what kind of cut are you getting? If they say, oh, for example, skin fade. Okay, is that something that you usually get your whole life? Maybe you want to look into something, things like that. You give them that haircut, you put that attention to detail, and you make it look the best you can. That is your free advertisement, right? That is your board, like your work, walking around advertising your work. Because somebody can look and be like, yo, who messed you up? Who's your barber? Or they can be like, who is your barber? Put me on, because he did fire. Yeah. The goal for me is I want to learn it so I stand out from the barbering industry. And scissor work does stand out. Because a lot of barbers don't know how to use their scissors. Not saying you.
No, it's true. It's true. There's a lot of barbers like me.
No, but don't say like you, though.
No, but I'm saying, like, there's a way. We know basic, right? Like, it's like, I just think about it, because I started in Colonel Barbershop, right? And they have a way to cut hair. Like, a lot of dudes just, something, because like I said, recently I started learning how to use a little more scissors, right? Like I've always known how to cut hair with scissors, but not the way it's supposed to be done. Right. Because there's a certain way that it's supposed to be done. Yep. You got to comb and cut it.
Looking at the occipital bone.
Yeah, the picture of the occipital bone, the bottom, the bone, I don't know none of these terms. I hear was it accept? What I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, I've been learning that there is a way to cut hair, right?
Yeah.
So my way was like, yo, if it doesn't go the way I want it to go, just chop it off.
Just
right?
chop it off.
But then it's like. No, not so, like, you know, like if you're trying to comb hair, right? You're combing a part or whatever, or you're trying to comb the hair this way, but this hair don't want to go the way you want it to go. You chop it. Nah. But then what happens? That hair starts, you know, when it grows back, you got like, you know, it's like antennas. But in learning, you're supposed to cut it. But see, so this is where I feel is a little different. Because you get the customer, right, that, you know, you cut it the way it's supposed to be cut, but they say, no, I want this tighter.
Yeah.
But then if you go tighter, what happens?
The top sticks out?
Yeah.
But that's where you connect.
Yeah, see, I don't see how.
Yeah, look. Let's say you want the sides tighter, right?
Yeah.
You always start from a starting point, right? You section the hair, whatever. I start off with scissor work because that creates a guideline for me. If somebody wants it tight over here, I'll cut this side short and I'll angle my finger in a way so it like that, right? So everything blends in. So it's not like a pineapple.
See, yeah. So that's why we're gonna start filming courses hopefully in the future, and then you know we're gonna have the next what's his name?
Josh OP.
The Josh OP. Ellie Cuts OP.
Ellie Cuts.
But yeah. So we're gonna wrap this all up here.
Yep.
Any words or advice you can give to the people?
No matter what field you're in, no matter what your occupation is, just know there's something great in you. And I know you hear this a lot, especially with the social media. There's a lot of gurus, but really think about what I'm saying. You have that vision in your head for a reason, right? I had the vision in my head to be the barber that I want to be, and I'm still working towards that. I always chase that every single day. If there's something that you want to do, screw what other people say. Just put your mind to it and do it. Remove distractions. You waste a lot of time doing useless things. Analyze what you're doing with your life. Look at your life. Where am I at? Where do I want to be? What's stopping me from going to that spot? Remove everything that's holding you back. Create a new version of yourself. And don't be scared to jump to the other side, because that's where greatness comes in. And one quote that I'm going to end this off with: some sacrifice their present for the future, but others sacrifice their future for the present. So you choose which one you want. You either work your ass off right now so you can enjoy the future, or you have fun right now, but then you end up struggling down the road. At the end of the day, it's your game, and you choose how you want to play it.
Thank you for coming, Ellie.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a blessed day. Take care. Peace out. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and peace out.